Hey doing, folks. I want to talk a little bit about mental focus. I can't get my thoughts out, but mental focus is a party reform that I don't really hear a whole lot about as being part of it. The physical parts of it, but not the mental parts of it. Uh, Focus starts when you look at it, starts from the beginning and it goes all the way after till your arrow hits the target. And one way I can tell if I'm not focused enough is my eyes kind of go off a little bit. I notice if I hold too long and my focus gets off, and it might be just may move maybe say an inch, or I just catch my arrow coming off and trying to watch it fly, and it'll just go off to the right or left or high, up or down, high, low, and it's a tough thing to deal with. And you start chasing and thinking it's your bow arm or your release, and all that. Most of the, I ain't gonna say majority of the time, but I'm gonna say quite a bit of the time, it's usually due to mental focus. A lot of it when I first started, I had to fix plucking. I had to fix, my bow arm, and I still work on my bow arm quite a bit. I mean, if I had one thing to constantly work on, which I do, is my bow arm. But mental focus is something that definitely needs to be addressed and worked on as being included as party reform. So the best way to fix it is start shooting at smaller targets. Best to whatever ability of where you're at in shooting. Everybody's not at the same pace. You got some people that's just getting started, and just make them realistic. That you can hit where you can get a focus, or if you have a bigger target, put a smaller dot in there and just focus on that. And it's a good way for some good mental things to work on, is looking at a smaller target. I noticed my groups from a tennis ball to a practice golf ball. After I've shot a tennis ball a while, I'll focus on that. My groups stay kind of inside that tennis ball to a little bit outside. So tennis ball is roughly about 2.25 inches, something like that. And my groups would be roughly about 2.5, somewhere right in there and in. But when I get a practice golf ball, my groups shrink down a little bit more. So that focus gets you narrowed down to a smaller point. And that's the way I work on it. So I'd rather shoot the practice golf balls over a tennis ball any day. But, my smallest target is probably in hunting, it'd be a squirrel, but which that practice golf ball is about that size of that head. Depending on the size of the squirrel, it could be a little smaller, but the practice golf ball, I believe, is an inch and a half round. So that's a big drop from 2.25 inches down to an inch and a half. And some people shoot even smaller, but I think that's about where I can shoot from 5 yards all the way out to about 30, 35, 40 yards. And I've shot at it at 50 yards that I can still see about that size. And I just, like I said, just keep your targets realistic. The smaller target you get, the more it'll help your mental focus to shrink down and to pay attention to that small spot. So when you get a bigger target, it's just you're going to focus in on the smaller point automatically. So I hope that helps, and that's something to really to consider, is your mental focus as being part of party reform. So I hope y'all have a great day, and God bless.